The solutionary subject today, a menace on the roads. I think it's safe to say that every driver hates this. We're talking about potholes.
Yeah, we looked for responses to fix rough roads, how those responses are or aren't working, and what limitations exist with possible solutions. Stephen
Cavazos found that some cities have figured out ways to tackle this problem, others not so much, and drivers are losing their patience.
My job as a traffic anchor here at KSAT12 is to cover some of the biggest of projects happening in some of the busiest of corridors. And look, I know it's a pain to navigate, but I wanted to know, for our viewers, if you could pick a street or a road where you wanted to see improvements, what would that look like? Well, the answer? Potholes. And according to our viewers, they could be found just about anywhere in the Alamo City.
It can cause a lot of damage for your vehicles. You know, you can have blown tires or damaged oil pans. So it is a hazard, and we want to make sure that we address them as fast as we can. We have a 48-hour turnaround. So, you know, we pride ourselves in that. So it is pretty important that we take care of the meeting.
San Antonio's Public Works Department established a pothole repair service. It's pretty easy to use. Spot a problem? All you have to do is report by dialing 311 or download the 311 mobile app. The Pothole Patrol arrives to the scene, investigates, and will make the repairs as needed.
The biggest challenge, we're at a 90-10 rate, which means we're 90% proactive and 10% reactive. So what we want to do, we want to reach out to the communities, reach out to the drivers, that they are our eyes and ears. We want them to call us, report the potholes. We can't go out there and find them all on their own.
There is no fee to have a pothole repaired. Tapia says it's residents' tax dollars at work. Seems like a simple solution, but for our neighbors in the small town of Jordanton, the problem is growing bigger. Okay. You can hear it. Those are potholes that we're driving over. We're actually driving through Brown Avenue, which is off one of the main streets here. It's actually a residential area, and potholes seem to be the big problem out here. Residents have been vocal about it on social media, so we're out here to take a look and hopefully find some solution.
It just gets worse and worse.
This is Mary J. Joseph. She doesn't live in Jordanton, but commutes through these roads on a daily basis. I asked her to point me to some of the problem spots.
Cedar Road there, this intersection down here, and Mesquite. I mean, just pick one. If you drive, except for 16, whatever road, in the main road, whatever road you drive on, it's full of it.
She wasn't kidding. Left, right, and center, we found potholes on almost every nearby street.
Yeah, condition of the roads here in Jordanton is pretty bad. You have to cut down on speeding because you can't go real fast. But, you know, you fear that you're going to blow out a tire or break an axle or something.
The problems were first identified in what town leaders refer to as a 1991 master plan. Here's what they found. Lack of curbs and gutters for proper drainage, increase in drought-related waterline breaks, inadequate equipment, and properly trained staff were just some of the issues that contributed to the deteriorating roadways. Mayor Robert Williams and I spoke over the phone and email exchange. He recently requested the city manager to present a strategic plan to council. That plan is expected to happen in 3 phases. The city manager plans to dedicate $250,000 in street maintenance and repair. That's more than they've spent in the last 5 years combined. But the mayor asks for the community's support and understanding as they, quote, move forward to improve the quality of life in their rural community. For some cities, there is a solution. For others, they're working towards that and say, you know, there is not one fix-all solution for this problem. Here's some advice from AAA to avoid pothole damage. Check your tires regularly. Make sure you stay alert and look ahead. Slow down and avoid puddles. If you suspect pothole damage, make sure you take your vehicle to be inspected by a qualified mechanic. John Salazar says the answer to the pothole problem can't come soon enough.
When I come to see my son, I gotta go zigzag, zigzag around those holes. Yeah. Terrible. Well, they need to go ahead and do it, and fix them. What's the holdup,
All right, we want to hear from you. Scan this QR code and tell us what issues you want us to address or what creative solutions you've come up with. Don't forget to hit subscribe on YouTube and like us on Facebook. We'll be right back. U.S. Air Force suspending personnel moves and bonuses through the end of the fiscal year. That's according to an Air Force official. The suspensions could affect tens of thousands of service members, the branch facing a funding shortfall driven by higher than expected costs. The Air Force says it needs to take these steps now to avoid exhausting funds dedicated to personnel. Personnel moves are expected to start up again in the new fiscal year beginning on October 1st.
Heat kills more Americans than any other weather-related disaster. National Weather Service data found that heat deaths have outpaced hurricane deaths in the U.S. by more than 8-1 over the past decade. Now, the Biden administration says it will take some new actions to warn people about heat-related dangers. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration will use $5 million of federal money to create 2 new virtual research centers. They're supposed to help underserved communities around the U.S. better understand and prepare for extreme heat.
Intense rainstorms throughout the Northeast are leaving entire neighborhoods ravaged by extreme flooding.
There are flood warnings for parts of New England still, where they're already dealing with damage and rescue efforts. Ivan Rodriguez with the latest on some of the hardest hit areas.
More than 100 people have been rescued throughout the state of Vermont because of catastrophic flooding, and officials say rescues are ongoing Tuesday. Many others simply watching as their belongings are swept away.
This is my home. That is my garage.
The catastrophic flooding drawing comparisons to Hurricane Irene in 2011. Governor Phil Scott says the latest rainstorms are significantly worse.
This is different. We've had like 48 hours of steady rain. The devastation and flooding we're experiencing across Vermont is historic and catastrophic.
The city of Montpelier was left underwater after a record-setting 5.28 inches of rainfall Monday, according to the National Weather Service in Burlington. The nearby city of Barrie also shutting down its downtown because of flooding. Although the water is expected to recede Tuesday, the governor says the danger is far from over.
And even though the sun may shine later today and tomorrow, we expect more rain later this week, which will have nowhere to go in the oversaturated ground.
In other areas of the state, officials say water conditions remain too dangerous for rescue by boat. 5 National Guard helicopters are assisting alongside rescue teams from other states.
More teams are en route to Vermont to assist with what will be a days or weeks-long effort.
The flooding left at least 1 person dead in New York's Orange County. In Vermont, no injuries or deaths have been reported as a result of severe flooding, though emergency officials say the response is still in its earliest stages. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Back here at home, look outside with live cam. We are bone dry. We're just hoping for some relief from this heat.
It's getting crunchy. You know, I was landing at the airport the other day on Sunday morning, and I looked out and noticed the grass is a lot browner these days, unfortunately, especially at the airport when it was so lush. After the spring rainfall is not the case anymore, starting to dry out. As we go through the evening hours, temperatures falling off. We'll still be 91 at 10 o'clock. By midnight, 84 degrees. The heat index then finally dropping below 100 degrees. Coming up in a little bit, we're going to talk about which counties are under a burn ban and the rainfall potential across the state over the next 7 days.
A man accused of killing his young daughter, stabbing his other child, and shooting his ex-wife has been indicted. A Bexar County grand jury indicted Stephen Clare on 3 charges, one of them capital murder of a child under 10. Clare is expected back in court next month.
We now know the name of a man killed in a chase with BCSO deputies. Bexar County Sheriff's Office officials tell us Richard Anthony Zuniga sped off when deputies tried to pull him over. He crashed a stolen truck near the intersection of Enrique Barrera Parkway and Callahan Road. Investigators say he was wanted in Michigan on fraud charges.
SAPD investigating a crash on the north side. Officers say a man crashed a truck into a tree on McCarty Road. That's not far from North Star Mall. The man had to be pulled out by firefighters. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. No other injuries reported.
Governor Greg Abbott has named a new interim attorney general. Abbott has appointed his deputy chief of staff, Angela Colmenero, as the interim AG. This all comes amid Ken Paxton's impeachment trial. That trial, by the way, expected to begin September 5th. That's your 60-second recap.
I like Caskey's description. It's getting crunchy.
Crunchy.
It really says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sums it up. Crunchy and brown. I think it's a good way to put it. Now, the trees and foliage is still pretty lush. It's just the grass and the ground getting a little crunchy out there. And speaking of that, we do have some counties under burn bans right now. And earlier today, meteorologist Sarah Spivey confirmed with every individual county via their website or even calling some of them whether or not they were under a burn ban. So these are according to the individual counties, the up-to-date information. Kerr, Kendall, Comal, Kinney, Maverick, and Dimmitt, and then a few closer to the Gulf coastline where we have the burn bans in effect. And you look at the rainfall potential over the next 7 days, unfortunately not looking good for our neck of the woods. North Texas, East Texas, the Panhandle, and even Oklahoma, they've got high potential. The darker greens indicate some of the higher potential, and it's basically everybody north and east of Texas, but at least some of our friends in the northern tier of the state could still get in on some of that activity. Earlier today, some showers and thunderstorms, Oklahoma down into North Texas. An overnight nocturnal complex came together, and that dumped some heavy rainfall over parts of Oklahoma and even North Texas before it really fell apart. And unfortunately, none of these showers can make their way into our area. They're all dissipating and falling apart. The steering flow is conducive to pushing them our way. They just can't make it. They can't survive that trek to south central Texas. Upper level high, the heat high, it's actually centered off to our west. Doesn't matter. We're still going to stay hot with temperatures in the low 100s here the next several days. This upper level heat high centers itself over the west coast. It would essentially open the door for some disturbances to move in. We just don't have any, and the conditions aren't right to really generate the showers and storms that we could use to make it a little less crunchy outside. But hey, we had a good April. We had a good May. At least we had that, whereas last year we didn't have good spring rainfall, so we were in a worse situation. 103 the high today. Notice the record, 107. That was set back just last year in 2022. It was 107 degrees on this day, and that was a record. Now, so far this year, we've had 17 100-degree days, but by comparison, on this day last year, we had 33. So quite a contrast this year compared to last year, at least year to date, when it comes to the triple-digit temperatures. Speaking of triple digits, just about everywhere on the map. Canyon Lake, though, 97. Bernie Stage, 99. But you get to Castroville, 105, Stinson, 104, and even Randolph, 101 right now. Cotulla, an air temperature of 108. But we still have that very high humidity. Dew points, upper 60s, near 70s. So Cotulla, an air temp of 108, but when you factor in the humidity, feels like 114. Here in San Antonio, feels like 109, even at this hour. And earlier today, we had a heat index briefly of 112. Tomorrow's going to be very similar. 79 in the morning, some clouds early, otherwise a sunny day. About 102 the high temperature, but it's going to feel like it's closer to 110 during the hottest part of the day in the afternoon. Castroville tomorrow, 104, feeling like it's 111. Seguin, 102, feeling like 110. Nothing but sunshine and highs between 102 and 103 in the days ahead. By the way, tomorrow, another CPS Energy peak demand day, a yellow day between 3 and 8. Try to conserve electricity. It's a good excuse not to use your oven and not to do your laundry as well. By the way, we just got to have a splooting squirrel to finish this off.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
'Tis the season to sploot.
Or like a squirrel bath. We'll be right back with the buzz.
In the buzz today, puppies rescued from a side of a road in California are now ready for a new home. A Fresno County Sheriff's deputy found these little guys.
Yeah, he says he loaded them in the backseat of his patrol vehicle, took them to Fresno County Animal Services. Workers at the shelter say the puppies appear to be a shepherd mix. and about 10 weeks old.
They are too cute.
Yeah, well, they won't be there long.
No.
All right, this school bus being driven by a man who may be the world's longest running school bus driver. His name is Alan Wright. Guess he gets the right of way. Guinness World Records will soon let Wright know if he does indeed hold the title for the longest serving bus driver. The 88-year-old man from Iowa has been driving kids to school 65 years.
I love this story. His years of service have made him a staple in his community, so much so that Wright served as the Grand Marshal of the Farmers' Day celebration Saturday. He says he plans on doing the job he loves for as long as he can. Pretty cool.
It is.
All right, Burger King in Thailand has introduced a new item it calls the real cheeseburger, but it looks like this. It is a burger with no meat. Instead, the bun is filled with as many as 20 slices of American cheese.
Yeah, the real cheeseburger costs about $11 US. In Thailand, by the way, cheese is especially popular among young people. It's common for it to be sprinkled on all kinds of dishes, and I like cheese.
But this is too much.
It's probably too much.
It's also not a cheeseburger.
It's just cheese.
It's just cheese.
Cheese. We'll be right back.
Right near 80 degrees around sunrise in the morning, and then by the noon hour, already up to 93, but feeling like it's just over 100 when you factor in the humidity and heat index values again tomorrow around 110, and not much is going to change in the days ahead.
Yep. Right away to beat the heat. Thanks for watching.
See you on the Night Beat at 10.